and this one is over here, it's very hard to go powerful into the opponent. So therefore you want your toe, your knee, your hip, this knee, this arm, this elbow, everything focusing on your opponent. That's your basics. If he does not respect that, he will be dead. So therefore, crossing your legs it's a bit difficult to come forward in a crossed leg. Your stand is what we just showed, and your arms is in the position of what we just played, with straight arm out. But I know some of you have seen like active shield on TV or something, and you're like this, but that's not what we're playing here. Shield is not, it's flat, like this. And move up. If you would. So the technique is he hits to the shoulder. I love it now. You go and do that? No, wait a minute. I'll show it one more. So, what I'm doing with my, I should be doing it with the right hand. So do the same thing. Don't do it so quickly. Here's the block. Then I have that spiral that goes in like this and puts his weapon on his body. Training is control, taking control of your opponent's weapon. And this is not like a perfect technique, that it's not the magic trick. It cannot save you from all fights. There is no technique that can, then you can kill everybody. But it's like a fundamental basic thing, controlling the other guy. You can do it in various ways. You can do it by adjusting your distance, controlling the distance. You can do it by avoiding at the right time, so you know where his weapon is. You can do it with your sword, and you can do it with your shield. Today we're mainly focusing on doing it with the shield. The sword comes later. So what I want you to understand is that it's a moment in the fight. So we're fighting, and the first part of the fight is this, wait a minute, it's this. This is where the fight starts. A step and a half away. The fight does not start here. What we do is normally. Then we've just taken half of the fight out. The fight starts here, so that I have time to react. We're not fighting, I'm using yours as dummy to explain. So, to pass this distance, that's the first difficult thing. And the first thing you have to meet, if you're coming into my distance and you're not paying attention, you meet my blade. And I can hit you out here. And I should be hitting you out here. That's the same thing as I was talking about yesterday, that a lot of us want this thing that we want to come in and kind of feel the weapon. You guys are all allowing people to get way too close to you. Again, when you hold the shield in here, and your sword is out here, and you're fighting in here, as soon as, if he doesn't attack, I kill him. If he tries to attack, I control his weapon, and then I kill him. What I don't do is, when he attacks, I attack. Because then it's a 50-50 chance. Maybe I'm quicker, maybe he's quicker. Who knows? Let's see who gets the lightest weapon first. Play the game. I think I would. So if you want to beat me, you have to put this into the game. The control. So now we're fighting, and you're understanding the distance, and I attack, and you control my weapon. Then you don't have to be fast anymore. Again, I'll control your weapon. Just try and see if you can get it. I have pretty much time in the world now. So what should I kill him? I think the chest. Oh. See that dirty trick? It's control. Mentally, my shield is out here. To do it. I'm getting tired. I lean it on the knee and I step out of distance. When I step in distance, the shield is there again. But you have to have that rim out when you do the technique. So now for the drill, we're training it like this. When I fight, I don't fight like this because it's basically too tiring. But mentally it's here, so I can be like this, but out of distance with the pacing, and then he comes in, and there it is. Spring shot. Get that? What is the most, what is the newest and most revolutionary thing about this training? Active shield is the goal, but to get it we need to have a stand. Foot is putting in the ground, knees coming down. We can move forward and backwards. We can shift our balance so that we have the balance here. The balance here. We can do the long steps, keep control. And we have the possibility of moving back and forward in the stance. What do we not do when we're stepping? Thank you very much. This is absolutely no go. The key is if you want to go to the right, you go to the right foot. If you go to the left, you go to the left foot. Doesn't matter which foot is in front, it's the same. Difficult part about this stance is when it comes too narrow, you feel you're out of balance. Use your tripping point, the point where you fall out of balance. Fall in, that's where your balance is. It's a good square thing. Yes. Second, it's the shield. Very important that the shield is hanging on the knuckle. You do not grab the shield up like this, because then you use way too much tension in your hands and you can't make it work. If your foot is not pointing that way, you cannot generate power into the shield. Then it doesn't work. This foot is pointing the end. We're making as many lines as we can towards our opponent. The shield is in here, like this, but this is also a very tiring stance, so you relax it, lean it on the knee, and when the attack comes, you lift it up. So you're lifting up for comes. And we've been practicing what I call the swinging door, or it's called the swinging door, I didn't invent it, where a blow lands on the shield, turns, and your movement is like putting, you said that, a lid on a barrel. You press down the opponent's weapon to his body. You lean in, so your balance is on your front leg, and then you control him. And then, of course, you kill him in that one moment. I'm not saying second or millisecond or whatever, because it can be different. That's the swinging door technique. We're going to be practicing this in a minute. But this is the one side. If you hit the other side, you do a spiral move to generate power into the shield. And you can put your thumb up to support it. Again, this does not work if your stance is not right. If you are too close to your opponent and you do the technique, there's a big risk that his weapon will slide under your shield and hit you. You have to have this gap between you and him all the time. that's the technique number 1. Technique number 2 was, well, it's the same technique, but you're now using the rim of the shield, and it's especially good for big shields. Because you're using the fact that the rim of the shield is way out here, so when he attacks, you block with the rim. Preferably you put it on the cross guard, but you don't have to. And then again the shield slides on the body, and you kill. This technique, the right hand, it's the same. Goes for the low. You block with the rim. Always turn the sword the right way. That's it. So, but the finesse in this so-called the trap, if you stand over here, is that because I'm opening up, I'm letting him think that he can get this stuff. Yeah? Try and get it. So, as he's coming in, I put the rim in. Also, to make totally sure that I don't get it, that he don't get me, I can lift my knee at the same time, just for that sake. This goes with 2 weapons as well, but it's the same trick. So now with 2 weapons, it's the same as putting the away. This is actually 2-weapon fighting. Hello?
Daginn.
Okay?
Kemur það frá DFF til að mynda ykkur?
This is what they call the stable blade. What I want to show you is the unstable blade. So we do it again. He's going in. An unstable blade does this. So I'm doing it slowly. I'm letting his energy fall, and as soon as I go around it, so that so it's a bit tricky. Boom. Don't move. Don't move. I'm doing this, so I'm actually still blocking his weapon for me for the second before I hit him. And to make completely sure that he doesn't hit me, of course I put the shield on. So now I have a technique that looks like this. And you do it again slowly, slow motion. Check the shield. This is a really nice technique if you're fighting someone who's not stronger than you. Especially for girls. It's actually in Renaissance manuals for female fighters, sword fighting, the unstable blade. So you're like you're controlling him, but you're not controlling. Try the other side. And it's a bit difficult. But it can be done. You're doing it sometimes naturally. You do the low. And I'm just letting it. Yeah. Please don't take your sword totally out of the fight. Notice how I pull my blade straight out, away, and I'm having it back here so that I can choose to go here, I can choose to go here. And what I am aiming for is the straightest line. I don't like all this over the head thing. You do it sometimes, but I prefer the other thing. Okay, so now you do low. You don't see it, but it's actually there. It's a block, and then I'm on purposely letting him come through, putting my shield on his arm. Yeah, and also just to knowledge, edge on flat is a good game. This, what we do edge on, let's just do a high one. This, it does, it's not so nice. You know, what is better if you block with a flat, and then, this is advanced stuff, yeah? You can put your thumb up here, because now you can support. But yeah, and again over here, block with a flat. Now I'm in the strong. So now I'll just press forward. So this next exercise is you're just trying to do this attack, and when you feel, when I feel I'm in a weak, I let it go, and of course try not to let it pass into your own face. And again, that's why we need the distance. This play is much better done out here than it is done in here. Okay. Again, so there's some safety in this. You go out and play with that. Is trying to do fight the same system as we do at the Rumble in London. It's called HOLMGANGR, and it's a point scoring game. You fight in an area, could be like two of these cards. You fight till one score 5 points. You can only score points if you are cutting or stabbing with a blade. This is a tap. It is not a cut, even though it comes in with the edge. It's still a tap. It has to cut. If you're fighting with a single-edged weapon, no, it shouldn't be. Left.
How about coming like this? Cut
No, that's fine. That's the.
Well, it's upper arm.
Yes, and the upper arm is in.
Okay.
Upper arm is in. Upper arm is 1 point. Torso is 2 points, and thighs is 1 point.
Can you start in front?
Don't stab in the thighs. You cannot be unsafe. And also, it's very difficult when we're playing a point system. I do not want you to start trying to bend the rules and fuck about with all, like, but what if I stand on one toe and do it this differently? It's a way, this is also it's an exercise. What it does is it takes away all the snappy, tappy fights. It also takes away the ability of killing one person. Boom, one kill. Like, now you have to defeat him because you have to do it. You know, maybe you're going to kill him 5 times before he's dead. Or at least 1, 2, 3. At least 3 times.
What about axis?
Axis has to use the edge of the axe. They have to be hacking. So all this cuddling with the axe doesn't use that.
What about the back?
The back is the top. Is the two. The back is 2 points, and the bottom is 2 points. Yeah, the torso, the whole body is 2. You score 2 points if you hit him. I mean, if I'm fighting him, and he does an attack, and I, come around and cut him in the back, I should be awarded 2 points.
You should also be scolded for cutting him.
Yeah, but if you do this, I would with the. Okay. The game is played like this: that you stand outside the rim, then you come in, boom, you have a fight, boom, one guy is killed. You step out again. You go in again. Don't count. Headshots. -1 to the person making the headshot. So you cannot win by putting your head in, scoring the points. So you go mark. And the game also have judges. But today we'll just play with it without judging. But please, the people who's standing around look at it and see if you can see the kills. You know, it's also training for you guys to see what did he do. But I don't want to be playing with judges tonight. Okay, so, and for most people to be able to fight, we should make 2 areas for each group, so that we have most people fighting at the same time. And you can fight 1 fight. If you win the fight, you fight the next guy. If you win 2 fights, you go out and 2 other people come in. So it doesn't become winner stays on, and one guy gets a lot of training and another guy gets to watch it.
So do you stop the fight after the 5 points or after each point you get?
After each point, you reset. Yeah? And then it's in again. You fight. You can't go bang, 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 bang. No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's a video of me doing that, and we had to redo this. But really try and get the cutting in, and remember the upper arms as the target, and be nice in your stance, and do not fight over your ability. Do not make injuries and headshots and all kinds of shit in this. If you cannot beat him with your techniques and your way of stepping and the way, then he will beat you. And so what?
So be it.
So be it. It doesn't matter anyway. Okay. So group 1 down there. Make 2. I'm pretty impressed with your enthusiastic way of training the techniques. I've been trying to do this with a lot of Vikings, and normally they're always like, yeah, we're doing techniques, but when can we do the sparring? You're not doing that, and I think that's very impressive. Also, a lot of you guys are doing it. You're getting the concept of the controlling with the shield and taking over. You're getting the concept with the stance, and your fights is much nicer to watch now, and it's easy to see what's going on. It's also easy to see when it's not working. But that's very good, because then it's like if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have a focus in your training, everything is like a big cloud, and you're like, and someone comes up to you and says something, you might get offended, and you'll say, no, I wasn't doing that, blah, blah, blah. And it's all about the ego and who is like the toughest monkey in the room. If we're training with techniques, trying to improve yourself, and you're trying to improve each other, sharing each other, then when a guy comes up and goes, I think you were too close, you go, oh yeah, thank you, that's right, yeah, I was a bit out of balance there. And then you're using each other's skill to raise the standard of the whole hall, which is very nice. So, one thing I want to say about fighting in general is one thing that we cannot avoid, and that's accuracy with your weapon. Being able to hit something that you're aiming for quickly and without hesitation. That is a very, very specific skill, and it takes a lot of training, but when you have it, then that makes you a true killer. Because if you can hit any point at any angle, the way to train that is to do it in your home. And you can put like Coke bottles with water in it on the table, and you can stand and try and get it. Then you will be quick, and you can get that gap that the opponent is showing in just that moment that you are creating. But before you can do that, then you are not. You won't be all the way up there. So precision is very, very important. Very boring to train, so we won't be doing it. But you were doing very well today with your precision and the distance. That's what I was thinking about. And I have it on tape. Because the guys were coming in and they weren't being aware that the fight was already going on, and have to just look. And that's because he can hit a target without hesitation, and he has good understanding of distance, and he's just doing a little move. so that the guy might open. So precision is very important. Okay, dominance, dominating the room. Again, it's distance, tempo, the speed. You guys, the speed were a lot better today. I didn't see so much of this running in, kind of like, and when you were doing it, you stopped and stepped back and did it again, because you knew it wasn't what you were doing. So thank you very much for that. Yeah. That's it for today. Group 2 will come to me with the club room, and I'll see if I can say something brilliant. Don't expect too much, please.